Hi, I'm Sean,
Hi, and I'm Shannon.
and we're the host of Wifey and Baby Mama. Happy Thursday,
Mhm.
family. I'm super excited tonight. Warning, Shannon, I may
Yes,
sing, I may not,
yeah,
just depends. It just depends. We
yes,
have our very first guest of the season joining us
yes,
tonight.
we
Round
do.
of
Yes, we
applause.
do.
Yes,
Yes, we
yes,
do.
yes. This is episode 4 in season 4, right? That is already a good omen, right? So y'all head on out to
Hmm.
Wendy's and get y'all a little 4 for 4, okay? Keep it going. You know what I mean? Because the 4 is in effect tonight. But,
That's right.
whatever you do, make sure you get here. Um, Wifey and Baby Mama has our first guest, as I stated. So, on a serious note, y'all know how I love to have someone else's opinion besides my baby mama and myself. So, I'm definitely all smiles right now. Shannon, how you doing containing yourself?
Oh, yes, I'm so happy.
This is the first guest. Always excited. I mean, all guests are excited, but
Always.
we promise you guys guests for see. And I know y'all been like, wait a minute. Episode 1 is just them two. Episode, what's happening? Okay, so here we go. Y'all thought we was play pimping. We are not. We are not. We gonna deliver. If we tell y'all something, we mean it. So, without further ado, joining the Wifey and Baby Mama platform tonight is the one and only Miss Minnie James. Minnie, why don't you introduce yourself to the listeners?
Hey everybody, this is Minnie. I'm from New Orleans. I am so excited to be on this show.
All right.
We're excited to have you. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Yes. In
So,
New
audience,
Orleans. You
New
know what?
Orleans.
New that might get us. I don't think we have.
Oh, New Orleans might be in the
Uh-oh.
house after the night, Shannon. We don't
Uh-oh.
have, I don't think
That's
we have an
right.
audience in New
No, we
Orleans, Minnie.
don't.
Yes, baby, New
Bring
Orleans
it
gonna
on.
tune in.
Okay, well, okay, bring on New Orleans. Okay, then.
That's right.
We got
That's
a first
right.
guest in a new state. Let's
Mm,
get it. I love
yeah,
it.
no, yeah, we do not have Louisiana at all. So yeah, that would be
Wow.
awesome. Welcome, welcome.
Well, it's nice to have you, Miss Minnie. So, audience, Minnie recently became a viral sensation, and it wasn't for her beauty or her booty. Okay, now, sister, deeper than that. Don't get me wrong. Now she fine, but it make me want to go to the gym, Shannon. I mean, not this week, but I might go now. I might go after seeing Minnie. I might do that. But besides that,
Yeah,
my sister
yeah.
has something you can appreciate. Something that made her a perfect candidate for tonight's episode, which we titled Emotional IQ. Many shared a
Mm,
post on social media recently that correlates with our topic tonight, emotional IQ. That's right, we're going to talk about grown women being grown women and grown men being grown men, which, as most of you know, is why we started the podcast. This is Shannon and I's journey. So it's so
mhm.
good to have someone who can relate, who can give you their side of it and, you know, explain that you have to be mature emotionally to get the best results in your blend. And we need people with emotional IQ like Miss Minnie to jump on in this blended family situation. So, Minnie, tell the listeners what you posted and why you're buzzing.
So I made a post with me and my baby mother. Me and a young lady, we share the same baby father, and I made a post that we were close, like we were really good friends. That post ended up being viral. We ended up on World Star. That was one of the biggest platforms we was on, and a bunch of other platforms. It was a lot. It was a lot of different comments. Some people, saying it was good, and of course, it was a lot of negativity as well.
Mm.
It took us a while to get to where we got to. It actually took a few years, but I mean, the best thing that could have happened for the both of us is becoming friends.
That's amazing.
Mhm. Yeah, so talk about the negativity. What
You
were
know,
people saying?
oh my goodness, where do I start? So, first of all, everybody is saying, "Oh, they got to be sleeping together."
Mhm.
Hmm.
Then they were saying, "Oh, the only reason that's working is because neither of them is no longer with him." However, when our
Mm,
relationship started, she was still with him. She was with him for about 2 years
mhm.
before they broke up. So she was still with him. So it wasn't no bitter baby mamas joining together because they were still. She
Mhm.
Okay.
didn't have. She wasn't even pregnant yet when we became friends. So
Wow.
it wasn't that, and they swore it was that. And then they said stuff like, "Well, As soon as one of them go back, they won't be friends. First of all, I ain't going
Oh.
back.
Well,
I'm
I
not
went
going
back,
back.
Minnie. Now, hold on, Minnie. Now, I went back. Chill on that. Not too much, but go ahead.
But if she go back,
I'm
I will
teasing.
clap my hands and be in the wedding, So it would
Yeah.
never
That's
be.
all
We
right.
we have a real friendship, and it's
Mhm.
outside of him. Like it's outside of him. We travel together. We go on double dates together. We
Mhm.
take the kids out together. Like she is my friend.
Mhm.
And I
That's
don't understand
amazing.
why we are looked at different than any other regular friendship. We're just two girls that's
Mhm.
friends.
Right.
Shannon, does
Yeah.
Right.
that sound familiar, girl? Does it sound
It
familiar,
sounds
child?
so familiar, and
I mean,
you
Minnie, it's
know.
to the point that our families were even like
Mhm.
what? But
Yeah.
you would think they would be happy, right? Because our
Right.
children are
Yeah.
seeing this positive
Yeah.
interaction. But our families was looking like, okay, what's going on over there? We are
Mhm.
so, I mean, Shannon, I know you are too. That's why we started. But we are like dedicated. When I speak, we like, what they call them, Siamese twins. When we speak, we're speaking for
Uh-huh.
the other one. We've been
Mhm.
friends for
Yeah.
almost 30 years, so we can say what the other
Yeah.
one's going to
Yeah.
think. And it's true.
Mhm.
We are
Mhm.
dedicated to making this thing a real thing, Minnie. So people like you who make those posts don't have to come with a negative lashback and be, it's just horrible that we can't,
It
like you said,
is.
just be two girls that are friends. And
Right.
Shannon, you recently
Right.
had some negative stuff you heard that you wanted to talk
Yeah.
about. Tell the
Yeah.
tell the people about that.
I do. I do. And I don't know if I should name this television
Mm-mm.
host, but maybe I should.
No,
You saying,
no,
no, no. I'm not sorry,
I,
not television. He's a radio host. But anyway, on his radio show, there are people that write in and they talk about, situations like this, and on multiple occasions, he's always had the same answer when it comes to a baby mama and a wifey, or two women that have a baby by the same man, even if they're not wifey and baby mama, getting along. And his whole thing is, oh, that's impossible. There's no way, unless there's something freaky going on. There's no way, no way, no way. And putting that message out there to his millions of listeners, because he has
mm-hmm.
a wide reach, is damaging,
And
because
it
it
shows his
can work.
emotional IQ,
Oh yeah, it does show.
and it's
Truly,
low. But go
truly,
ahead.
because there are women, when we know them all, that will immediately hate you because of whatever. And I talked about this, of course, many times on our podcast, where um uh my child's father, before he got, married Sean, he would date certain girls, and they would
A
immediately
lot
hate
of
me for no
them.
reason.
He
I mean,
dated a
I was
lot of them, y'all.
automatically
He
it's
dated a
Sean.
whole bunch of them, y'all. Okay, not too much on baby daddy. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, but it was only a couple of that I met. And immediately I'm the enemy. And I'm thinking to myself, why do you hate me? I don't hate you. I don't have a problem with you. But right out the gate, I was just despised. And I'm thinking, this is just nuts. And so when you have someone on a national level, or not just national, I'm sorry, he's like a
Any
global
level.
level,
Yeah, but any level
spreading
now. Yeah.
this type of misinformation, that is impossible. It's impossible. We're here to tell you it's not impossible. And my son is grown, in his 30s.
36.
So people would say, oh, that only works for when you have little children. No, it starts when they're little, and
That's
you
right.
keep building. And one thing that we've never had an issue from day one. So, um
And another thing I want to say is her son's grown, but mine's 6. So now you got another
yes,
boy.
yes,
Now she's like, "Where Frank?
exactly.
Put Frank on the phone."
Yeah.
Like it's
That's
a
my
family.
baby.
That's oh, I love him. I be up here, Manny. I be up here
Yes,
tearing him up
that's
when she
my
calls. She's like, "Leave him
baby.
alone." So look, we raised him long distance together. But let me tell you something, man. I
Right,
don't know
right.
if you ever listened to the podcast. Have you, before joining today? Have you ever just sat in and listened to some of the episodes? Because if not, I can give you a little background. And well, I'll just tell you anyways, for maybe our new listeners.
Yeah,
I'll just say this little
yeah.
bit. Uh, their son was 11 when we met. You know what I'm saying? Like I had no reason
Mhm,
to dislike her. Like I
mhm.
was in the sandbox when they was making that baby. Okay, I know nothing about him or her. And when he went away, He made sure that we was like, hey, you need to call her. We made sure that our kids knew each other. But more than that, I want to say this. I didn't have to have any background on her. I didn't have to have any
Mhm.
foreground on her. She was his
Mhm.
child's mother. My child had a sibling. It was important for
Mhm.
me to make sure that was established. It had nothing really to do with her in the beginning. We just wanted to
Right.
become friends. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't
Right.
know why people can't understand that. When you spend an inordinate amount of time with somebody, be it baby mama, a cousin, a counselor, you know,
Mhm.
school teacher, whoever, you develop a bond. So I don't
Mm-hmm.
really understand the stigma of it all, that you got to be in a sexual relationship. It has to be something crazy, sister
Right.
wives, or phony.
Right.
You fake. Like, why can't
Uh-huh.
it just be? You know what I mean? But one other thing I want to mention, Minnie, and you can jump back in after this if you like, you or Shannon. I had issues with everybody but her. Like the
Mm.
girlfriends was the trip. Shannon and I never had it. You would think, right? We would bump heads. But you
Mm-hmm.
know why?
Mhm.
She was no longer interested in him. I
Yep.
That's
think women
right.
only have trip up and have issues when you still got something going on or you
I
still want
definitely
that
agree.
man.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've said that several times on this show for our new listeners and for you, Minnie. That's really the only time it
Yep.
should be beef, or it shouldn't ever be beef because somebody just be growing and walk away. I learned that the hard way.
Mhm.
But at the same time, if he's still choosing to engage with his baby mama while he married, be mad at him, not her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And be done with them both. But it should never be,
Right.
oh, I can't stand him. I can't stand her because she won't leave my man alone. No, baby, your man is giving her a reason not to leave her alone.
Exactly.
So I want women to understand and men to understand. Now, flip side, my daughter's father and I are homies, okay? we homies, my husband and him. Like, cause that's just the Shannon, that's the environment that I cultivate. That's the only way you're gonna be in my
Mhm.
blend. It's gonna be peace.
Yeah.
Or you can
Yep.
step.
Yep.
And that's just the bottom line.
Right.
Because we all grown. And if ain't nobody having relations and they shouldn't be mixing up
Mhm.
stuff, that's the only way those emotions get mixed. Do you agree, Minnie?
I agree. My opinion on it, I feel like relationships like ours is not discussed enough, which is why I love the fact that you guys
Yeah.
are open up about this. All we see is the negativity. All we see is the
Absolutely.
Mhm.
beef between baby mamas and girlfriends and wife.
Mhm.
Because when I made my post, there was a lot of women. There was a lot of women. We talking about thousands of women tagging their person like, "I love you. You're my everything." To their baby mama.
Oh,
I feel
I
like
love that.
we just don't come out. We're not open about it. We're not open about it. It's
Mhm.
just all the negativity we see on the internet. So that is why people thinking relationships like this don't work. But relationships like
Mhm.
this has been working.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's why we decided, Shannon. We just
Mhm.
started this podcast a year ago, right, Shannon? But did you hear what I
Was
said?
it a year in April? Yeah.
Yeah, it was
So
a year in
no,
April.
a year
So
and a half.
I'm almost,
Mhm.
yeah, it's going on a year and a half, 2 years. We're
Mhm.
approaching in April. Here's the thing. We've been friends 29 years, okay?
Mhm.
28, 29 years, right? Here's
Right.
the thing. We just started this podcast because of that point you just made, Minnie. We were saying to ourselves, like, this thing is under wraps. Like, we keeping this thing. Let's show the world. Like, let's bring, because I got so tired of the trash TV.
Hmm.
I'm over it. The fighting,
Mhm.
the same. It's the same thing. And I don't have anything against, nothing against any of it, but enough is enough. So
Right.
let's give these
Right.
people something, something that can help. What is we have enough fighting and all that other stuff going on. We don't have enough
Mhm.
this many. So I appreciate you appreciating our platform, and Shannon for bringing it to the forefront because it was her idea to make this public. But as grown women, it took us both to make this relationship work.
Yeah. You did.
Exactly. Exactly.
Shannon, do you know how good it feels to actually have someone else to express their success in this? Like,
Yeah.
I'm really tripping tonight.
Yeah.
Like the pairing, the co-pairing, the blending and friending. Girl, I'm excited.
Right.
And I love that she is really one of my closest, like probably the closest woman to me. She's one of my closest friends. She supports
Wow.
me
Wow.
100% with everything I
Mhm.
do. We talk every day, all day. Like she's one of my closest,
Wow.
one of my.
Shannon, that's crazy. That's literally our
Mhm.
story, man. Like, no lie,
Yeah.
that's our
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
And you can make it work. And I'm so happy to hear
Mhm.
that you're making it work. Now, if you don't mind me asking, Minnie, how old are your guys' children? Like my daughter is 25 and Our son is 6, and our oldest son is my stepson's 36. So what's your kid's age
So
range, if you don't mind me asking?
my two kids that I have by him is 8 and 9, and her
Okay.
daughter
Oh,
is 4.
oh,
Okay. So it's a
okay.
big gap there.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So like you said, you guys have had some time to develop, and you guys have been friends for how long?
probably about 5 years now. It's been about 5 years.
Amazing. That's
Okay.
It's
awesome.
been about 5 years.
Yeah.
I mean, I really
Yeah.
love to hear it.
Especially when the kids are young, so that they are forming that bond. And I remember, Sean, when Jay and Mila were, or when Mila was like 2, and she used to carry around a picture of her brother.
In
She would
her
say, "This is my
pocket.
brother." She carried that picture everywhere, and that was just, cute. I'm like,
It
that's
was
how it should be.
because
And she
they
didn't
fed off of our positivity.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it wasn't easy, to be honest with you. I always this wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for her, because she's younger than me, but she was a bit
Oh.
more mature. And she always told our baby father, I never want to beef with your baby mother. I had my bitter ways, but it's because I was still hurting over the hurt from the relationship. It wasn't nothing towards her.
Oh.
So,
I'd
she would
love to
speak
hear you
to
say
me.
that. That is so mature of you.
Mhm.
Yeah, she would speak.
Mhm.
Now, she would speak to me. I wouldn't speak back. This was going on for 2 years. What really opened my eyes,
Wow.
this went on for 2 years. She would always speak, because she'll come to the car, bring the kids out. Hey, Minnie, I just wouldn't say anything, but it was never like no nastiness or nothing like that. I just wouldn't say anything. What opened my eyes was me and our baby father was going back and forth, and I needed my kids picked up from daycare, and I was forced to call her. And when I called her,
Wow.
she came with no questions asked. And then I started seeing things for what
Wow.
it was. I'm like, this girl, like, I didn't even know how close she was with my children, because I didn't give her a
Mm.
chance. And when
Wow.
I seen that, it opened my eyes, and I was like, wow, this girl is really amazing. Like, I don't even speak to her or
Mhm.
nothing. And I call her when I need something regarding the kids, and she's available and ready. And
Oh,
then from
wow.
and then from there, we started having small talk, and just over time we started to bond, and we eventually just became really, really close friends.
And can I ask how that or did that do anything to mend the relationship between you and the father?
uh yeah, yeah, I would say so. It's bittersweet, because sometimes he likes it and sometimes he hates it, because sometimes it be us against him.
Ah, sound like somebody we know, Shannon. I get it, but I mean, I totally feel that. But I mean,
Mm.
as thank God, as the kids are older now, we're over those humps. But yeah, we've been there, done that. I'm telling you, it was times
Yeah.
we like
Yeah.
we ain't speaking to that Negro, okay? We ain't got
Okay,
nothing to say to him, but
okay.
because he's stupid for that. But all that all that grew over time, and I'm so glad to hear that. But I mean, when you said it was bitterness towards you guys breaking up, the reason you were kind of mean to her in the beginning, with you and her becoming closer, did that mend that gap?
Yes. Yes, I
Thank
completely
God.
got over it. I completely got
That's
over it.
amazing.
So one thing I do agree with, when you said it's easy when there's no feelings. And when we say no feelings, no
Yeah.
ill feelings, no love,
Yeah.
it's absolutely nothing. That's
Nothing.
how you're
Mhm.
able to have relationships like this. I got to the point, I don't hate him. I'm not mad at him. I'm not in love with him. Like, he's just the father of my kids. There is no type of
Mhm.
feelings there
You
outside
have to
of.
look at them like family. That's what I find
Right,
works for me.
Oh,
exactly.
right.
My
Right.
ex-husband,
Exactly.
my daughter, my middle daughter's father is literally like he's my brother. I mean, I know it's weird to
Family.
say, but it
Yeah.
would be like he's my family. Like I can pick up the phone and be like,
Yeah.
"What up, dog?
Yeah.
You heard about that Diddy
Mhm.
thing? That's crazy,
Hmm.
right? Okay, that's all I'm gonna say." But that's what that's what we can do. He'd be like, "Yo, you see the mohawk?"
Mhm.
We talk like that, and then Chris would be
Right.
like, "Y'all,"
Mhm.
and then my husband
Mhm.
will turn around and be like, "Y'all stupid." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
literally how we run. We operate as
Mhm.
family. So
Yeah.
Right.
I
Yeah.
love that. I mean, that really warms my heart. Like we've
Mm.
had guests that hit on topics, but like this is literally our foundation tonight, Shannon. So I'm like,
Right.
I can't
It
get myself
is.
together, girl. Okay.
It
And I,
is.
I want to make something clear. Every day is not going to be sunshine and roses, guys. Don't
Right.
please don't let us paint that picture. I think we said that on several occasions, Shannon. But it makes
Mhm.
it so much better, Shannon, to a point you brought up. for the children. Can you imagine the difference in those kids because they see your positive relationship, many between you guys, versus the bickering back and forth, what kind of kids you would have?
Right.
Because it
Mhm.
forces them to choose or it makes them feel away like, oh man, here they go again. I know that's how my kids felt when me and their dad would argue. It had nothing to do with Shannon, but any negativity toward kids, it makes them choose or it makes them feel away. So when while it can't be sunshine and roses every day, when there's harmony most of the time, it kind of fades out that other stuff when those bad days do
Yeah.
come because we all have them.
Yeah, we do. And in this type of dynamic, there are times you still have to feel your way. Like, for example,
That's
when
right.
our husbands met, I have a
Mm-hmm.
husband, and then here's my, son's father. And my husband was like, I'm not meeting him, So here we go again,
Right.
trying to, bridge a
Navigate those
relationship. And
waters.
yeah, and then they came together and everything was cool. We're like, there you go, because he needed to see, my husband needed to see that there were no
It ain't
feelings there
nothing.
for me.
Baby, it ain't nothing, baby. Okay, because
Right,
we,
right.
but what we about to do is we about to drink wine and talk about both of y'all. That's what we about to do. So, baby, trust you ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing to worry about, boo. You
That's
cool,
right.
Will. You
That's
cool.
right. Yeah,
But
yeah.
listen though, I want to say this though, Shannon. I gotta ask really quick. Were you
Yeah.
nervous the first time
Nervous.
when you knew they were meeting that day?
Oh, yeah, I was nervous because of Will. Because Will is, my husband could be a little bit of a hothead, and he's gonna speak his mind, and he's a tough truck driver. And then here's Jimmy. Jimmy is
And
street,
you know he off the wall. And I'm about to say, Will,
I'm
you
like,
was worried
"Oh
about
Lord."
Will? Child, I was
I
drinking
was
for
worried.
Jimmy. Like, I just said
Yes, it
you
was.
gotta just look at him wrong, baby. It's going down.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I want to ask you, were you nervous? Okay,
Oh
cool.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I was nervous about the meeting, and when everything as soon as Will said, "Come on up to my man cave," I'm like, "Okay, we good."
They good
When he
now.
told
Okay.
Jimmy to go on up to the man cave, he was showing Jimmy the
Put your
man
feet
cave.
up.
I'm like, "Okay, we're good."
We straight. Now,
Yeah,
Minnie,
yeah.
I heard you say, before we wrap up real quick, because this is good to me, y'all. But I know we got other segments, but I really want to touch on this real quick, Minnie. I heard you say we go on dates together. So you guys have new male partners that you all four double date.
I have a partner, and she,
Mm-hmm.
she has. She had a partner at the time, but yes, we go on double dates together. We meet each other partners or
Oh,
whoever
cool.
whomever we're dating.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah,
it.
love
So
it.
everything is good. Now, how does Dad feel about that? Is he cool with everything now? Or do he still be like, what you talking about, Willis?
Yeah. We don't I open up to him about, my
Your
dating life,
friendship.
but I don't discuss, nothing
No, no, no,
regarding her.
no. I mean, he got, say if you just be like, I don't know your baby mama. Say her name is Tracy. If you happen to say, oh, me, Tracy, and Jill and Jack, we all went out last night.
Oh,
Did
he
he
don't
ever
say
express
anything.
an issue with
Honestly,
that? Okay,
he don't
okay,
even get involved with our relationship at all. Like, he's so out the loop.
okay.
He's so
Okay.
Y'all
out.
really kicked him to the curb.
He's
Okay.
so out the loop. Yeah.
Ah.
I love it. Well, that was my last little probing question that I had to ask. I could not wait for episode 4. Yeah, I could wait for this season. I'm like, oh,
Mhm.
I got to get her on. So
Yeah.
I heard about all your viral wave, and I said, this will be a perfect girl person to come on and
Mhm.
just let everybody know that Shannon and I are not delusional. Like we didn't make this show
Mhm.
up to have something to talk about every Thursday.
Exactly.
I appreciate you coming. I appreciate you letting the people know
Yes.
what we say is true. It's
Mm.
possible, homies. It's possible.
Mhm.
It's very possible.
Yes. Not only possible, but positive, and look at the impact the good impact you're making on your
It's
children.
healthy. It's
Mhm. Very
healthy. Like, it's
Very
healthy.
healthy.
healthy. Very healthy. I love it. Well,
Yeah.
any of you girls, you guys want to bring another point before we go to our wrap up tonight?
No, I'm
And
good.
to that person who's stating that we can't do anything unless we lesbians or whatever the word is y'all got going around these days, or unless we faking, not so. We are women of God. We're women of faith. We are women that choose to do whatever we want to do. If we chose to do that, it ain't your business as long as we getting along. but we ain't doing it. But that's
Mhm.
that's to my point. It doesn't matter what we're doing as long as we get along, as long as it works for our dynamic. If you can't get
Mhm.
with it, it's fine. Don't put your mouth on it. That's
Right.
my thing. So we're gonna wrap up tonight. You had I'm sorry, Minnie, did you have anything else before we
Yeah,
wrap up?
I mean, basically, it's nothing weird about it at all. You know, people say
Nothing
oh,
at
it's
all.
weird and odd, or people make comments like,
Mhm.
"Well, if men would just stay with the baby mama, you wouldn't have relationships like this." I mean, this is a part of life. Relationships fail,
Yep.
and
Absolutely,
you
honey.
guys get
That's
with
what
other
we're here for.
people. You know, this is life is not a fairy
Mhm.
tale. Things happen.
It's not.
You can literally get married
Right.
and divorced, and this will still happen. So,
That's
Absolutely.
right.
That's a fact. We talk about it all the time. So, Minnie, we thank you for bringing your New Orleans accent and audience. So, hopefully, we'll see you again. And we're going to wrap up tonight's show and move on to our next segment. But we're going to wrap up by saying this. It's very simple. Confusion can only exist between couples and family if you give it a field to play on. Now, you have some people who are determined to keep up drama. I've discovered those people are unhappy with themselves. And you can be as
Mhm.
intelligent as you want, it won't be any harmony with them. But if you can get along, do so. Plan a big old trip and go have a whole lot of fun and let people
That's
talk
right.
because they're going to do it anyhow. So you might as well live in the peace that you created. And that's our wrap
All
up for
right.
tonight.
Got that. All right. On to our next segment. Take it away, Sean.
All righty. Our next segment is called Sweet Little Lies. You know, this is where you get to bare your soul. You get to tell wife and baby mama stuff you don't want to tell nobody else. Or maybe you want to just laugh at yourself. Whatever you like to do. But tonight is not a laughable situation. Tonight this story comes from a mother who convinced her son's side piece to get pregnant because she liked her better than the new girlfriend.
Mm.
Now they are fighting more than ever. And now you have a baby in the midst of this, and she regrets that she made that decision because the baby didn't
Wow.
do anything but create more drama. So, people, please stay out of it. Let
Mhm.
time, let love, let the Lord, let the universe, whatever you believe in, do their thing. I am a believer in Christ. And as long as I let Him lead me and guide me, the only time I've been off course is when I tried to make my own way. And that's
Mhm.
definitely off course, people. Mothers, fathers, please don't do that. Now all she did was and she guess who stuck with the baby? Anybody want to go around for $5? Minnie,
The
Shannon?
the
Guess who stuck with the
grandma.
baby? Grandma.
I'm sure.
The girl said, "Oh, he don't want me or the baby, so you keep the baby. I'm out." You see? Now she's stuck with a baby, and
Mhm.
that's what happened
Mhm.
usually. What's the
Mhm.
book? What's the book in the Bible, Shannon? Was it when they told she told him sleep with my handmaid? That was Sarah, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, sleep with
Mhm.
my handmaid.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Ishmael was still a blessing, but he wasn't what God said. So
That's
sometimes we
right.
gotta just let the things do what they do. So that's
That's
our
right.
sweet little lie for tonight. And if you want to get something off your chance, you'll get your chance to hit us up at wifeyandbabymama@gmail.com. That's wifeyandbabymama@gmail.com. So, Minnie, now if you've been holding something in, now wait about two more shows and write in. And we get off the chest for you. we don't do we don't do any names. You don't do states. You don't do cities. But grandma just need to get up, and mainly because she doesn't want her son or her husband to know what she did. So, but wife and baby mama
Mhm.
was a place for her to get that thing off her chest.
Mhm.
Back to you, baby
All
mama.
right. Great, sweet little lies. Okay, now our last segment of the night is the fictional family that I'm feeling, the one I feel I want to fire or forget. And we've talked about this family before, the Upshaws. This is their final season coming up on Netflix, so I'm a little sad to see them go. But if you want to binge watch it from the beginning, you'll see it started out where the wife, which is Kim Fields, and a couple of baby mamas, because Mike Epps had a couple of baby mamas, they weren't getting along at all. And, no one was budging because Kim Fields, as wifey, did not want to allow any of them in. She was the stumbling block, and some of the baby mamas were a little messy too. But as you watch the show progress, you see how they come together and they form relationships that benefit the children. And it takes maturity. It takes an emotional
Absolutely.
IQ for sure, a high emotional IQ, I should say.
Hmm.
So the Upshaws, I am feeling them this week because they show progression and growth. It wasn't an instantaneous thing, like Sean and I. But it shows what's possible. And so for people who are out here spreading information like it can't happen. Yes, it's a sitcom, it's a, fictional family, but it is possible, people. What do you think,
And it's
Sean?
I'm gonna feel them because you said not instantaneous like us, but Minnie said that was her situation. Theirs wasn't
Right,
instantaneous,
exactly.
right, Minnie?
Yeah.
Yours took some building up, correct?
Yes, that's right.
So
So
yeah,
Minnie, have you watched the Upshaws? Are you familiar?
I actually have never seen it. I've never heard of it.
Oh,
really.
okay. Yes.
Well, you might
Check
want
them
to check
out.
it out before they ask them. But it's really good. It's a really good Shannon. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't watch them until Shannon started telling me about it, and when I went and watched some of them because we have to kind of
Hmm.
have a little information on fictional family, so I get feedback. So I really like it, and I do enjoy that
Yeah.
one thing, Shannon. I enjoy the progression of it all, and to hear it
Hmm.
correlate with Minnie's story, and she never even saw him.
Hmm.
Look at God. He be all up in here doing he
Yeah.
do his thing. He be doing his thing on Wife and Baby Mama. We be knowing.
That
We be
that's
bonding up in here.
right.
So I'm going to fill them.
Yeah.
And Minnie, I'm going to
Yeah.
thank you for joining us tonight before
Yes.
Shannon
Thank
concludes.
you.
Please come back again. We have 11 more
Hmm.
episodes. Knock yourself out.
I am happy you guys got me on the show. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, yes. You're welcome anytime. Can't wait to have you back, and also with your uh baby mama as well. So
That would be
that would
great.
make a
Yeah.
that'd be
Uh,
great. Yeah, that would make a great show. So all right, everyone around the world and the US, we thank you for joining us, and we look forward to next Thursday night. Until then,
love
have a
you
good
all.
one.
Bye.
I'm wavy.